Yo! Strawberries! Coffee! What's up, guys? Fears, audience, fears. Welcome to the Fears Podcast on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. I'm having a really good day. Work was good, on Friday. I didn't stream yesterday. I just wanted a day off. Today, I slept in, didn't go anywhere except for the pool. I went to the pool after my nap, worked on my tan a little bit. We're getting there. We're definitely getting there. And then, because you got to work on the tan before you go on vacation to either Hawaii or a cruise or something. I haven't picked it out yet, but I will. I will pick it out. Anyway. So after then, I came back. I had some lunch. I had a little bowl of spaghetti and meatballs, so that was pretty good. And then I've been watching Duck Dynasty. I'm almost done. I'm on season 11 of Duck Dynasty, so I'm almost there. We're almost done. And then I will review it as a whole, because I've been reviewing some of the seasons, and I was like, you know what? I'm almost done. I'll just wait until I'm all the way done. Anyway, so there it is. Anyway, let me open up the chat, and we'll get things moseying. So there we are. Lots to talk about today. Lots and lots and lots to talk about. Some of the seasons, and I was like, So yeah. Yo! What's going on, everybody? Good to see everybody. Anyway, like I said, tons and tons and tons of topics to talk about today. All right. So, but enjoy your Saturday, everybody. Enjoy your Saturday. Today's topics are, I'm going to be reviewing The Fly 2. I watched it the other night. Tonight, I'm going to watch the original Fly. So, going to watch the original Fly tonight. I watched this last night. Going to review it. And then we're going to talk about movie props in movies, how they're made, why we have them, all sorts of stuff. Then we're going to do the top 10 80s TV shows. That's going to be hard because there was a lot of really good shows back then, but I will try to narrow it down. And then, what is the best food for a family gathering? I thought that would make a great topic. My friend Sean at work said, Fears, why don't you talk about whenever you're with your family, what type of food they serve? And I was like, I can do that. I definitely can do that. So, thank you, Sean, for your suggestion. So, I thought that would be most appropriate, and I thought it was a good topic, and I thought, why not? And, Sean, I just want to thank you for all of your great topics that you come up with. I do come up with some, but, whenever Sean has a fantastic idea, you got to roll with it. So, yeah. Anyway, big shout out to the fans. I hope your day's going well. Like I said, mine's been pretty well. It's been more of a chill day. Slept in. I had a small bowl of spaghetti and meatballs. Went for a swim. I didn't really feel like working out today, so to get my exercise, I laid by the pool, worked on my tan, and then I went swimming. I swam for about an hour. And swimming is good exercise. But I wanted to do both, so I spent 2 hours there. So 1 hour just working on my tan, 1 hour swimming. Came home, took a shower, took a little nap, and then here we are. So big shout out to the fans. So let's start things off with a bang. I just didn't feel like going anywhere today. I thought, all right, swimming is the main objective today. You know, one of my friends said I should go to the movie theaters, and I was like, it's been a while. It's been a long time since I've been to the movie theater. So I was like, nah, I'm going to save some money. I may do it tomorrow, though, after church. I may go see a movie after church tomorrow. But anyway. All right. So let's start things off with a bang. The top 10 80s shows. Again, this is going to be very difficult because I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, and the 80s and 90s had amazing shows. But I'm just solely going to do 80s shows. And I have to pick 10. No less, no more, just 10. All right. Number 1. I'm going to say the A-Team. The A-Team was big in the 80s. So the A-Team. And I watched it all the time. And I have it in my collection over there. I haven't watched the collection all the way through, though. I need to watch it all the way through. All right, number 2. Number 2. Knight Rider. I love me some Knight Rider. Knight Rider. Number 3, number 4, number 5. Let's see here. Airwolf. Airwolf. Okay. Number 4, The Incredible Hulk. Even though it was kind of a cheesy show, it was a great cheesy show. Number 5, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I used to watch that all the time. Now, it didn't start in the 80s, but it got really popular in the 80s. I think Mr. Rogers started, I want to say the 60s or the 70s. I know he started before the 80s. Let's find out, shall we? Because I don't want no one to say, oh, Fears lied. It's not that I lied. I just don't know, but I'm going to find out right now. When did Mr. Rogers begin his show? All right, yeah, I was close. I said 60s, 70s. According to Google, it said Fred Rogers dedicated his life to understanding childhood and children and children's thoughts and feelings. He took his show and brought it to life February 19th, 1968. So I was close. I said 60s and 70s. So, but I knew it had started before the 80s. I knew it had started before the 80s, but it got really popular in the 80s, 90s, and I think his last show was like late 90s. So yeah, so Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Okay. Number 6, number 7, number 8. MacGyver. MacGyver was huge. MacGyver. I will be honest, they did remake MacGyver like in 2016, and it went for like, it was like 2015, 2016. It went for 5 seasons. I am watching the new version of MacGyver right now, and I do like it. I do. Not as much as the 80s ones, mind you, but it is still good. It's enjoyable. But there's a few changes, like Jack Dawson is his best friend in this one, and he has nothing to do with like airplanes. In the 80s one, Jack Dawson was MacGyver's best friend, but he also was a pilot, and he owned his own airline and stuff like that. And he was like an adventurer, and he was always trying to like make a quick buck, but that's not how he is in the new one. And then Thornton was a man, and Thornton was also MacGyver's best friend, but it was his boss. Thornton in the new one is MacGyver's boss, but it's a woman, and she's only his boss for like the first season, and then she gets in trouble and ends up like betraying MacGyver, and then she gets sent off to prison, and then a new woman takes over for MacGyver's boss in the new one. So there's a couple of different things, but it's still an enjoyable show. So I'm going to put down MacGyver. MacGyver. This is harder than I thought. Because there was so many back then. Family Feud. Family Feud was... Well, no, actually, that's a game show. That doesn't really count. That's a game show. It needs to be a TV show. Little House on the Prairie. It was set in the pioneer days, but they filmed it in the 80s. So, Little House. On the Prairie. All right. You know what? You guys have probably never heard of these next two shows, but I grew up with them because they were, one, they were in the 80s. Two, they were British TV shows. That still counts, though, because they started in the 80s. The Mr. Bean television show, it only had, like, I think it had 2 seasons, but, man, I would watch those episodes over and over and over again, and it was so popular that they just kept rerunning it. So, the Mr. Bean television show. And then another British show that I loved was called Keeping Up Appearances. It's a British show. It was basically about this old woman, and she was kind of like very snobby and hoity-toity, you know, British lady, and everything had to be perfect, and it had to be her way, and if it wasn't her way, it was the highway. And her real name was Mrs. Bucket, but she didn't like calling herself Mrs. Bucket, so she would call herself Mrs. Bouquet. And I used to watch it with my British grandma, and it was a hilarious TV show in the 80s and 90s. It started in the 80s, though. So, Keeping Up Appearances. Yo, Visions, what's up? There we are. All right, and then number 10. Let's see here. God, it's so hard just to pick just 10 because there's so many good ones. There was so many good TV shows in the 80s. I did like Michael Landon's Highway to Heaven because it's a very family-oriented show, and he was an angel that helped people. So I did like that show. I'm going to put that one. Highway to Heaven. Because they don't make TV shows like that anymore. I wish they did. I really wish they would. Highway to Heaven. There we are. So, yeah. All right. Good to go. Well, I hope you guys are doing well. Let me know what you guys have been doing on your Saturday. For me, pretty much just kind of a chill Saturday. I watched some more Duck Dynasty. I'm on the 11th season. It's going pretty good. Tonight, I am watching... So, Visions. Last night, I watched Fly 2. Tonight, I'm watching the original Fly. I've been on this Fly kick. So, yeah. So, the only ones now that I have to watch, I watched The Fly. So, I'm going to watch this one tonight. I've already watched this one, and I'm going to review this one. So the only two that I have to watch now are Return of the Fly and Curse of the Fly. Oh, yeah. So it's going to be a Fly marathon. So there we are. But I'm looking forward to it. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Very good. Anyway. Good stuff. Good stuff. Anyway, let's continue on. So, let's see, the next thing, well, let's do the review. Let's do the review, shall we? All right, so here we go. So, like father, like son. This one, I'll be honest. This one was more like a date movie. They put more blood in it, more gore, put a whole bunch of unknowns in the film. Eric Stoltz, he's a weird actor. Very weird. So, but I know why they did this. Hollywood usually does this. They take a great movie like Jeff Goldblum's The Fly, and they're like, oh man, the first one was such a big success. We got more gore, more horror, more action, more this, more that. And they kind of like dig themselves a hole. You know what I'm saying? Dig themselves a hole. So, it was funny and very cheesy, but I'll be honest, Visions, it was just okay. I enjoyed the first one better. The first one gets an 11 out of 10. The second one, it was cheesy, it was kind of funny. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. My two favorite scenes in it, probably when Eric Stoltz's character finds out that the company has been watching his every move in his apartment. He finds a camera and he pretty much trashes his entire apartment to find this camera. He finds the camera and he's like, what the fuck? Rips it out, just trashes the apartment. So that was a pretty funny scene. The second one is obviously the ending scene. Oh, no, not the ending scene. I mean, the ending scene is pretty good, but when the guy gets his face burned off, that was a funny scene. The Fly shoots this liquid, this white liquid ooze into his face, melts his face off, and the guy's like, oh, and then falls down, and he's discombobulating, and you literally see flesh and bone, all that shit. All craziness. So, there's that. I just thought it was over the top. That's why it was funny, Visions. It was way over the top. Literally, flesh is falling off his face. You can see bone, and his eyeballs about to pop out and shit, so it was pretty insane. It was pretty nuts, but it was an okay watch. I'm not saying it was bad. I will say this. Very cheesy. Very cheesy, but that's okay because I love cheesy, movies. Cheesy horror movies are the best, For God's sakes, a couple of days ago, I just watched Grizzly, the trailer. I can't believe you've seen that movie, Visions. It was hysterical, the trailer. I added it to the list. Another person told me, Fears, if you're hunting for those monster movies, my friend Sean at work was like, Fears, did you like Jaws? And I was like, yeah, of course. I'm like, Jaws is great. And he's like, yeah, but Fears, have you seen all the Jawses? And I was like, Sean, I've got all the Jawses right here. Right there. And he was like, okay. He goes, I just want to... and so I didn't know where Sean was going with this. He goes, yeah, okay. He goes, all right, Fears, I just want to make sure. He's like, Fears, he goes, if you watch The Alligator and then you watch, Grizzly, he goes, then you have to watch this other one. I had no idea what he was talking about. And I was like, well, go ahead and spit it out. And he was like, Fears, I can't believe you've never heard of this. And I was like, well, I said, a lot of cheesy movies passed me up. I said, because I wasn't allowed to watch horror movies or I could watch a little bit of sci-fi growing up, but it depended on what sci-fi. My parents were very strict. I could not watch intense horror and graphic material until I was over 16. But I snuck it every once in a while. I remember when I was 13, 14, I'd go out and trick or treat with my brother, and then I'd come back and they had horror movies on TV, so I would go down into the basement and go, all right, nobody's looking. So I snuck some horror movies before I was 16, but I didn't I wasn't allowed to watch or rent horror movies until I was 16. As soon as I hit 16, I watched the classic Halloween with Michael Myers. And ever since then, I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking great. So I'm at work the other day, Visions, and my friend Sean's like, well, Fears, have you seen Grizzly yet? I said, no. I said, they're on the list, though. I said, I've watched the trailer. He goes, oh, well, then. He goes, Fears, you'll enjoy Grizzly. You'll enjoy that fucking alligator thing that you were talking about on your show the other day. And I said, yeah. I said, what, have you got another one? He goes, oh, I got another one, Fears. He goes, Okra. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, a killer whale movie. I was like, it's fucking over with. I'm like, are you serious? And he goes, I'm dead serious, Fears. He goes, it's like a Jaws version of a killer whale, and it's called Okra. And I was like, oh, Lord. I'm like, okay. So I've never seen this, so I'm going to attempt to find it, and I'm going to watch the trailer. I don't know. Have you ever heard of that one, Visions? Let me know. Have you ever heard of Okra, the killer whale movie? If it's good, I may have to add it to the list. But he's like, Fears, if you like Jaws, you'll like Okra. And I was like, all right. So I'm going to try and find it. But I was just curious if you had found it. I mean, if you'd watched it, Visions. So let me know. Anyway, let's try and find it. I don't really know what I'm looking for, so I'm going to just try and find it. He didn't tell me the year that it was made in. I assume it's like an 80s or a 90s horror film, so I am just let's see. I am just going to try and write in Okra trailer and see if it pops up. Now, it could be 70s, it could be 80s. I wish Sean would have told me, you know, what year it was, but I'll try and find it. All right, let's see here. Oh, there it is. Okra 1977 official trailer. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. What am I getting myself into? Okra, the killer whale. Oh, my God. I guess back then they were trying to make a horror movie into pretty much anything, you know? Oh, man. Wow. Wow. I'm excited. Because if it's anything like Jaws, then, you know, I'm going to love it. But yeah, I was just curious, Visions. While I'm watching this, let me know. Have you ever seen Okra? I guess I just found it. It says Okra 1977. Have you ever heard of that killer whale, kind of like Jaws movie? It was made in the 70s. But let me know, Visions. All right, here. I'm going to watch this. Here we go.
Jason, it's Hoagie Fest.
Summertime's here and it's Hoagie Fest. Wawa Hoagie
All right, here we go.
Fest is back. Celebrate.
Here we go. Oh, Scream Factory made it. Or, well, I guess it was I guess they put it on, Scream Factory didn't make it, but, I guess Scream Factory put it on Blu-ray. Oh, wow. Okay. Alright, let's watch it.
The ancient Romans called him Orca or Canis, Latin for bringer of death. He is without challenge the most powerful animal on the globe, the killer whale. Orca has 48 teeth, set in 2 impressive rows.
Oh, man.
In some respects, the orca's intelligence may be even superior to man's. They remain loyal to one mate for life. As parents, they are exemplary, better than many human beings. And like human beings,
all right,
they have a profound instinct for vengeance. An innocent creature is destroyed by an...
I'm sure they probably made this Okra movie after Jaws. I'm just curious, because Jaws was made in the 70s. But I just don't remember when Jaws was made. So Jaws was made... Yep. Okra was made in 1977. So somebody probably watched Jaws. I guarantee you, somebody watched Jaws and was like, well, if they can do it with a shark, then I can do it with a killer whale, because Okra was made in 1977 and Jaws was made in 1975. So after 2 years, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna make killer Okra, motherfucker. So yeah. Anyway, that's funny. All right, let's watch the rest of it.
Of human cruelty and the ultimate battle of man against nature begins. Dino De Laurentiis presents Orca.
Can you commit a sin against an animal?
He followed you. I saw you on the deck of the boat.
They always remember the human being who had tried to harm them.
He deliberately left you your boat because he wants to fight you on the sea.
This is so cheesy. Oh my god. This is hilarious.
I won't do that.
I may have to add this to the collection. I mean, it may have to be a must. This is so cheesy, it's beyond belief.
Now the fish have vanished from the fishing grounds.
Like, this lady is like, he remembers that you hurt him, and now he's on the attack, Jack, you know? This is fucking hilarious.
It's all because of your whale.
In fact, I won't fight him at all.
You're not even man enough to accept the excitement of his challenge.
I'll fight you!
This doesn't make any sense. The guy just said, I won't fight him, and then all of a sudden he just screamed, I'll fight you!
You're a vengeful son of a...
Orca, starring Richard Harris, Charlotte Rampling, Will Sampson, Keenan Wynn. A spectacular adventure. From the depths of the sea.
It does look quite spectacular.
To the top of the world.
It's going to be a fair fight, on equal terms.
A fight to the death.
A sight to the death! The ultimate battle of fucking man versus orca, you motherfucker.
Between the two most dangerous animals on Earth.
What in hell are you?
Man and...
This makes no sense. This guy is screaming. Who the hell are you? What are you? He's a fucking killer whale, you moron. Look at him. Use your little eyes. Like, why would he... That doesn't make any sense. Why would he scream, who are you? What the hell are you? He's a killer whale. Use your eyes. Use your eyeballs. It's not rocket science. But that's what makes it hilarious. I cannot wait to watch this. I'm telling you, when I go on vacation, they better have it, Visions. They better have it at V-Stock. If not, it may be one of those rare gems that I have to just buy online. So, oh my lord. Wow. It does look bloody. Alright, that's going on the list. Okra. Well, thanks a lot, Sean. Sean suggested okra. Alright. Well, at least I found it, and it actually has... It's so much easier to buy these online when you have the name of the movie and what year it was made. So, Okra, 1977. Alright. It looked pretty hilarious. It looked pretty cheesy. There it is. I'm running out of room, but it's right there. Got it. Alright. Well, again, Sean, from work, thanks for another suggestion. That was pretty hilarious. Pretty hilarious, pretty funny. I gotta say, that was fantastic. Oh, hang on, give me a second. There we go. I pushed the wrong button. My computer's very sensitive. Like, I was closing a window, and I couldn't see you guys for a second. There we go. Well, that was pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Oh, okay. Visions didn't answer yet. Visions, I don't mean to keep asking. Have you seen that yet? I was just wondering. If you're too busy if you're busy and you're working, I understand. But comment when you can, because I'm curious if you or Walter have ever watched that. Because that was the first time I saw that trailer, and damn, that was funny. That was funny. All right, here we go. All right, so I found this, the next topic I wanted to talk about, I found this pretty interesting. I wanted to do it the other day, I just ran out of time to do it. So let me pull it up. I found all these interesting facts on movie props. Like, one of the facts that I'm pulling up right now is, like, I guess they didn't have a lot of money to make Total Recall, so they had to, like, cut some corners and stuff. And if you guys remember in the film, I don't know who made this determination, but I just read online, because I love learning about new things. I was one of the rare people. I always enjoyed school, you know. I've always been very inquisitive, you know. Even as a little kid, like when I was a little fears, I was always asking a bunch of questions. And as an adult, I love learning about new things. And so I usually get bored some days, you know, so I just start Googling things. And I just Googled, like, facts on movie props. And I found this one. They needed some, like, high-tech, like, computer watch, like in Total Recall. And really, it was this simple. They took a long calculator, put it on someone's wrist, and put these elastic straps. Like, I guess they either sewed elastic straps to the calculator or glued the straps on. And so these elastic straps, one here and one here, and he would just slip it on. And it really wasn't a computer at all. It was just a calculator with elastic straps on it, and then he would just push, and it looked very convincing on screen, like it was some high-tech computer, but really it was just a fucking calculator with elastic straps on it. And I was like, that's really interesting. So I'm like, sometimes less is more. Hey, if it gets the job done, why not? So I just wanted to pull up some facts, because I found this very interesting. I wish I would have saved the website I was on, but let me try and pull it up. I think I wrote facts on movie props or something like that. So I'm gonna try and find it. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Here it is. 25 now you know facts about movie props and costumes and wardrobe. So I thought this was very interesting. So the iconic Captain Kirk's chair, they found in a trash can, and someone picked it out of the trash can, repainted it, and put it on the set. And I was like, okay. They redesigned the chair. So I don't know if that's hearsay. I'm just going by what this website said. It says Obi-Wan Kenobi's robe was given to a costume shop, which rented it out as a generic monk's garment. So I guess it was originally used as a monk's garment, and they did some alterations, and they turned it into the iconic Obi-Wan Kenobi's cloak. That's interesting. I didn't even know that. I'm a big Star Wars nerd. Let's see here. The iconic golden idol from the 1981's movie Raiders of the Lost Ark. At the very beginning of the movie, you know, where the boulder chases him and then he has to run past the darts, and if you put his hand in the light, those daggers shoot out and hits him in the face or whatever, or the metal spikes. Well, they actually used the golden idol in, I guess for something else, in Spy Kids 2. I've never seen Spy Kids 2, so I don't know what they used it for, but apparently they used the golden idol again in that movie. No idea that they did that. So they just reused a prop. So that's kind of cool. And it says, let's see here. Leonardo DiCaprio cut his hand at the beginning of the scene in Unchained and just rolled with it. So I guess he didn't mean to, but I guess he wanted to just keep his hand bloody. Yeah, I guess for the scene. That's not really a prop. That's more of a movie trivia. Let's see. The leg lamp. I'm sorry, I can't even talk. I'm a little tired. The leg lamp from A Christmas Story was inspired by a soda ad. It says, A Christmas Story was originally a series on radio, and they would broadcast it once a week. Here's how the lamp was described. From ankle to thigh, the translucent flesh, sensual, luminous, orange, yellow, pinkish lamp. And I guess they found a news article of some legs, and it was they designed the lamp inspired by that soda ad with the legs in it. That's interesting. I never knew that. All right, let's see here. Let's see what else. Luke and Lord Vader shared a lightsaber. Now this I did know, but I'll read it again. Vader's lightsaber in Return of the Jedi is Luke's lightsaber in A New Hope. That's really cool. That's pretty awesome. I thought that was... Someone told me that a long time ago. I don't remember who, but I'd already known that. But in case you guys didn't know it. Let's see. The original lightsaber in A New Hope only cost $12 to make. See, now that I didn't know. I thought it would be a little bit more expensive to make a lightsaber than $12, but apparently not. When Emma Watson is in the Sorcerer's Stone and she's writing her class assignment, this is really what she's writing. So apparently she just took a piece of paper and she wrote, "My name is Emma Watson. I'm 10 years old and I'm playing this part in the Sorcerer's Stone. I love this pen. This pen that I have in my hand. I'm writing right now for the scene." And then it says, the teacher has a black and white, I guess, robe on. I haven't seen all of them, but apparently that's what she wrote, you know, in that scene. That's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting. Let's see here. The Death Star was fished out of an antique store and became a glorified disco ball at a country music bar. So apparently they found a disco ball from a country music bar, and it was in an antique store. Somebody off the set grabbed the Death Star, and I guess they repainted it and all that. Now that I did not know. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty sweet. Well, hey, that's what I'm trying to say. The most simplest things become the most iconic things. Everybody knows what the fucking Death Star is. Everybody. You know? If you don't, where was your childhood? You know? Let's see, what else? And, I guess everybody's busy today. There's not many comments in the chat, so it may be a very short show. But, plus, I have to go to church later. They're having some type of meal, and I promised that I would help them set up. There's a lot of older people in my church, so I told them that I would help them set up for the party. I may stay for the party, too. Somebody's having some birthday party, and they said, "Do you mind coming down and helping us set up?" And I said, "I don't have a problem." And then I'm going to work on some editing, because I need to get a vlog up. I haven't put up a vlog up in quite a while, so I'm going to try and get a vlog up today. So yeah, all right, let's see what else. The map from the Goonies was probably thrown away by Sean Astin's mother. That's not true. That's not true. I guarantee you they have that prop around somewhere. Let's see here. The iconic puppets that were used in the children's cartoon Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which I've seen and I have, apparently they were made out of felt, clay, and, well, it was claymation, so that makes sense. But their clothes and all that was made out of felt and material. I didn't know that. That's cool. But I've watched Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer ever since I was 5, 6, whenever it came out. So, yeah. Now, I did know this one. Michael Myers' mask was originally a William Shatner's mask. I did know that. And what they did is, I don't know who, I don't know who did it, but I watched somebody on YouTube oh, I don't remember what was it. I follow him. He invited. It's the guy that does the Horror Hallowed Ground. I don't remember his name. I do follow him. If you guys ever get a chance, watch Horror's Hallowed Ground on that YouTube channel, and he takes you to like all these iconic movie locations. It's a great. Well, it's an episode on his YouTube, but he does it a lot. I can't remember the last place he took us to, but one of them, he invited the original guy that made the mask for Halloween on his show and said, can you show me how you made the mask? And he said, it's very simple. He goes, I took an original William Shatner mask. He goes, I spray painted the hair that was blondish brown to just brown. He goes, I ripped off the sideburns, ripped off the eyebrows, painted the whole thing white. Like he said, he spray painted it, and then he painted, I guess, so he spray painted it first, and then I guess put more paint on it, and then it came out to be the iconic mask that we all love and know now. So I knew that, but it was very cool to watch. I wish I could remember this guy's YouTube channel. His name is Sean something, and one of his videos on his YouTube is called Horror's Hallowed Grounds, and he invited the original guy that made the first Michael Myers mask for the movie on and said, hey, can you show me how to make, like, a real Michael Myers mask? And he was like, yeah, sure. And it took them about, I don't know, 25 to 30 minutes to make the whole thing. And I was like, that's pretty fucking cool. So, yeah. Anyway, let's see. The last mechanical shark from Jaws was a junkyard mascot for a couple of decades. So I guess apparently the last one sat in a junkyard for ages until I guess somebody bought it. 007's submarine car was bought for only $100. After the 1977's The Spy Who Loved Me, it was put in a storage unit and forgotten about. The lucky guy who bought the storage unit, let me scroll down, only paid $100 for the storage unit and gained access to the iconic car. That's pretty cool. I did not know that. And that's like, it's not the coolest car in James Bond, but it's one of them. And it's not the Aston Martin. It's another type of car. I don't remember what type of car it is, but it's really cool. It's an 80s car. It's all, the windows are like blacked out, and it's a white car, and he just drives it into the water, and he pushes a button, and the wheels go under, and it turns into a sub and all that, and it's very iconic. It's very James Bondy. So, yeah. That's pretty awesome. Let's see here. And the last prop, let's see. Raiders of the Lost Ark borrowed the Nazi submarine from the movie Das Boot and broke it. I knew that. I didn't know that they had broke it, but I knew that they had borrowed a sub because I have all of the Indiana Jones on Blu-ray and one of them on 4K. And in the behind the scenes, Steven Spielberg said, I loved that submarine from that movie, and we gained access to it, and we wanted it in the film, and so we got it, and blah, blah, blah. And he explains how they got it. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I knew some of it, but not all of it. Anyway, let's continue on. So I just wanted to share a couple of facts. I thought that was really cool. Anyway, let's continue on. And last, but certainly not least, let me grab my pen. All right. I guess I'll just do like 10 or 11. I've always loved big family gatherings. I'm a big family guy. So my mom makes some pretty iconic things. So you guys should totally, if you're ever having a family gathering, make these dishes. So I'll do like 10 of them. It depends on what type of gathering you're doing, but for the most part, these are some essentials that you'll need that are really good. Obviously, whether it's Christmas or Thanksgiving, or if you have a lot of family over, a turkey dinner is fantastic. So, turkey. Oh, yeah. Big turkey. Some type of potato. Baked potato, mashed potatoes and gravy, sliced potatoes, whatevs. So, potatoes. Let's see here. I grew up with a lot of vegetables, so corn was a biggie in whenever my mom would cook. Corn, carrots, garden salads, salad in general. So salad. Fish, any type of fish, cooked fish, baked fish, grilled fish, whatever. Let's see here. Fruit salad. Fruit salad's really good. Let's see here. I grew up a lot with fish sticks and tater tots, so that is good. I'm going to put that down. The tots. And then for dessert, some type of pie. If you're having a big family gathering, it doesn't matter what pie, just some type of pie. Let's see here. If you can eat it, I can't eat it, but if you can, ice cream for dessert. And then, or you can bake a cake, chocolate or vanilla. Doesn't matter which one. They're both good. So cake for dessert, if you're having a big family gathering. And then number 10, let's see here. Soup, any type of soup. Soup is good. Chicken noodle is my favorite. So I'm going to put chicken noodle. Bam! There it is. All right. And that'll about sum it up for today, my friends. So I saw somebody in the chat say that they're boycotting. Go for it. I don't care. Boycotts have came and boycotts have gone. I don't care. Because eventually, when they see that I don't care that you're boycotting, they all come back. Like clockwork. So, cheers the boycott! Awesome! I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Do I care? No, I don't care. I don't care. Anyway, to all my loving and loyal fans, Fears loves you guys. Fears cares about you guys. That's a good time to send it off. But for all my loving and loyal fans, have a great weekend. And I'll either be back tomorrow or Monday. And yeah, enjoy the weekend. The weather's fantastic here. Not as hot as it was the other day. Oh my God, it was blistering hot the other day. It was pretty bad. Anyway, I'm taking off. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my friend Pixel at Pixel Protocol. Follow my buddy Sega at the Sega Camp Gamer and Wear Camp. And last but not least, follow Fears. FearsMan26, the main channel. Fears Vlogs, channel number 2. And this is Fears, signing off. Peace. Deuces. Fears loves you guys. fears, cares about the fans. I'll see you guys later.